Hi, my name is Elizabeth Brushtuck, and in this video I will demonstrate most to least prompting, which is a teaching method where instruction begins with the highest level of support and gradually fades to less intrusive prompts as the learner becomes more independent. Overview of the method. Most to least prompting, MTL, is used to teach new or difficult skills by starting an error-free prompt, such as physical or model prompting, and then reducing support over time. So this prompt typically moves in this order: full physical prompt, partial physical prompt, model prompt, verbal prompt, and independent or natural cue. And the goal is to ensure that the learner never practices errors while gradually gaining the independence that we're trying to focus on in the classroom. The materials will be, I'll show a picture of a square, a prompt chart, a reinforcer, and then a data sheet. Step 1, I will begin by saying point to the square because this is the most to least. I will start with the most supportive prompt. Full physical prompt, I take the learner's hand and physically guide them to point to the square. I reinforce immediately. Nice job pointing to the square. I record this as full physical correct. Partial prompt, on the next trial, I fade the support slightly, so I lightly touch the learner's elbow or wrist while saying, like, can you point to the square, like kind of nudging it in the right direction. If the student points, great job, that's the square. And you would record it as partial physical correct. Next, model prompt. Next, I show the response by modeling it myself, and I point to a square. I would point like this, and then say, you try, and if they are correct, you would record it as model correct, if they can mimic what you're doing. Verbal prompt is now I fade to a simple verbal cue without modeling or touching. I say point to the square. If the learner responds correctly, nice job or nice work with pointing to the square, and you would mark it as verbal correct. Prompt 5 is independent or natural cue, and I present the instruction again with no prompting, saying point to the square. I would wait 5 seconds. If the learner responds independently, great job pointing to the square all by yourself, and you would record this as independent prompting or independent correct. And if the learner needs or responds incorrectly, I would return to the most intrusive prompt to help maintain success in this. And then I would record the data. Trial 1, I would say full physical correct. Trial 2, partial physical. Trial 3, model correct. Trial 4, verbal. And then trial 5, independent correct. And yes, I think that this method ensures error-free learning while gradually building all your students independent.